Hey everybody, Alonzo here with Gulf Coast Smoke. Welcome to the Father's Day episode. Today we're going to be cooking a tomahawk steak, potatoes, and asparagus for this dad right here. So we thought it would be a fun idea to show you guys what all dads out there want for Father's Day. Well, like I said, at least what this dad wants. So we're going to get this nice tomahawk steak that I picked up from H-E-B. We're going to head outside. We're going to use some B&B Char Logs on my Weber kettle. We're going to reverse sear this thing to perfection. Also get that asparagus nice and charred. We're going to cook some potatoes inside. In my opinion, they're the best potatoes ever. My wife makes them this way, and they turn out really good. But before we go any further, I want to walk outside and I want to show you guys the Father's Day fit. Tell me that that's not textbook dad outfit with the grass stains on the Nikes to match from cutting the grass outside. But in all seriousness, for just a second, I want to take some time to say Happy Father's Day specifically to my father and Sabrina's father. You know, my dad means a lot to me, and I know Sabrina's dad means a lot to her. If you don't know who Sabrina is, that's my wife. I'm sure I've said her name before, but she's behind the camera. She helps out a lot here. She's just awesome. But besides the point, Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and I'm especially thankful to Sabrina for making me a dad. And, you know, I do everything for my kids. Sometimes, you know, I get frustrated just like you guys out there. I'm having bad days, but at the end of the day, I wake up every single day. I go to my day job and I do the best I can. I come home. I try and make this channel, this company that we're doing, something for my children to give them a good life that I think they deserve. They're great kids. I mean, I couldn't imagine having a different set of 3 children. Penelope, my oldest, is just so nice, so kind, the best person I've ever met in my entire life. My middle daughter, Piper, is just, she's sweet and sour, man. She's crazy. So one second she can just be the nicest person ever, and then the next second she doesn't want to talk to you, but she's got a huge heart, and I love her so much. My son, I mean, every father just has that special connection with a son. I love him. I'm going to be so hard on him. Not in a bad way, but I just want him to be a good man, a good father one day himself, and just no matter what, always keep pushing forward. So I'm going to stop with the seriousness, but I do want to say Happy Father's Day one more time to all the dads out there. You guys are awesome. And, you know, obviously without my dad, I wouldn't be here today. So we're cooking tomahawk steaks. I want to show you this tomahawk real quick because when I went to pick this up earlier, I literally got on the phone with my wife and I was like, babe, they only have a 3-pound tomahawk. It's gigantic. It's $47, but I got to get it. It's for the video. So come on in. Let me show you this piece of meat. All right, so take a look at this 3-pound tomahawk. It is super thick with 2 C's, no doubt. And I think this is going to take a little bit of time to cook, so let's get after it. Okay, so like I said a little bit ago, we're not going to go into too much detail on this tomahawk cook. I've cooked them before on the channel, but obviously we're going to cover the important things. I'm going to reverse sear this. I'm not going to put any olive oil or any binders on the outside right now. I'm just going to layer it with Southern Belle first and then Southern Hospitality on top. And just because we're celebrating Father's Day, go ahead and comment below the best memory you have with your father, and you'll be entered into a random giveaway for a bottle of our Southern Hospitality. Our Southern Hospitality got 21st out of over 250 teams at the KCBS Best Seasoning on the Planet, and it's just amazing. So I think you'll really like it. Go ahead, leave that comment below. What's the best memory you have with your father? And we'll pick a random winner, and we'll get with you, and we'll send it out to you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go outside. We're going to get these char logs nice and hot. We're going to set up a 2-zone fire with my Weber kettle using my Slow N Sear, and we're going to put this meat on the indirect side. Indirect side means that that's a side with no coals on it. So with my Slow N Sear, it's literally like a little chamber. I'm going to put the hot coals in the Slow N Sear, and then there's going to be a voided space where there's no coals at all. That's where the meat's going to go. Once we reach 125 degrees internal on this gigantic steak, we're going to sear it off real quick over the hot coals. The reason I'm letting this go a little bit further today is because I want to make sure that it's not too rare on the inside. In all honesty, I've cooked gigantic steaks like this before, and they're very, very easy to undercook. I would rather have it a little over than a little under. And that's just me. because my kids, my wife, and I are all going to share this. Like I said, look how gigantic this thing is. I can't eat it all by myself. I wish I could, but that wouldn't be a good idea. Anyway, let's head outside. Let's get these char logs nice and hot, create that 2-zone fire with our Slow N Sear, and then get this thing cooked. Okay, so now it's time to season up the tomahawk. I told you already we're going to use Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality. If you guys are ever interested in trying those seasonings, I'll leave a link in the description below. But the other thing I failed to mention was we are using butcher's twine today. And we're using butcher's twine because if I don't, there's a big possibility that this steak actually starts to come apart at the fat seams and it won't look as good. Obviously, I want the steak to taste good, but I also want it to look good. It's for Dad. I mean, it's for me. But come on in, we'll season this. Another thing I will say is this is a gigantic piece of meat and you're not gonna get any of the seasoning inside there. So make sure to season liberally on the outside, get all the sides, and then of course, we're taking this straight out to the Weber kettle. Okay, so about an hour and 15, an hour and a half later, I don't know exactly. It took a while for sure. This steak is done and it looks and smells incredible. I tried to get some good footage for you guys, so hopefully you guys can see how juicy it looks. Perfect char on the outside, and man, it smells amazing. It's been right around 15 minutes since we took it off, and now we're gonna go ahead and cut into it. So I want you guys to come on in, take a look at that with me. Then we're gonna plate up our Father's Day dinner, and of course, you know I'm gonna take a bite of this beautiful steak. Okay, now it's time to eat. This meal is gonna make any dad happy. One more time, happy early Father's Day. This is not gonna come out on Father's Day, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of time to have a great idea on what to cook for your father, for your husband, for your boyfriend, whoever. So again, happy Father's Day. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Everybody enjoys their day. You guys be safe, and let's take a bite of this steak. It looks outrageous and it smells outrageous, so let's get right into it. I'll take a bite. I'll take a smaller bite than normal from the back, and you guys know that that's not pretty typical here, so let's go ahead and go. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. That is so good. I mean, Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality is just a great combination for any dish. Not just beef. I know I always say beef, but any dish, it's so good. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. What's the best memory you have with your old man? And you'll be entered into a random drawing for a giveaway for one Southern Hospitality. And I think it's going to turn into one of your favorites. So go ahead and leave those comments right now. You know, just to make sure, I'm going to take one more quick bite. Steak cooked perfectly, flavor on point. Asparagus. Next level. Potatoes. The best ones I've ever had in my life. I'm not exaggerating. My wife boils them for 10 minutes. Shakes them in the pot, leaves them on the counter to dry out for a little bit, and then just in a pan, she puts a little bit of oil and butter, tosses them around, and they get nice and crispy. They're so, so good. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks. One more time, happy Father's Day. We'll see you on the next one. You have to do a few different things when the meat is this big.